worries at all. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing
That's
very well.
good.
Working on a busy story, but always have time for you. It's really good to see your face. I'm trying to prop this up against my coffee cup. How funny.
Of you and your coffee, of course. Take your time. It's fine. I'm so glad you were able to take the time today with the news cycle and everything that's
Oh,
going on.
I'll tell you, it never ends.
I know.
It never, ever ends. And I'm grateful to just be alive and still have a job. There we go. Much better.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Grateful to be alive and have a job. Thank you, Lord.
I know.
Where'd my mask go? Okay. All right.
Counting all the blessings that we have.
Yep. It's good.
You
I'm
know?
really happy to see your face.
You too. You too. Well, welcome.
Prison. It looks like prison.
I remember when we first talked, you said, Tindra, I might be on the news, man. I was like, oh, that is so cool.
The news den actually looks even worse than this. So.
It's good. It's all good. I'm just glad you were able to join. All right, everyone. Welcome to Folk and Palate Live. This is Tindra Young, and welcome my guest today, Jackie Bensen. We all know her. She works with NBC4. We have probably watched her right before we've turned in for the night for many years in the DMV area. So it is a pleasure to have you here with me today.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you. I have followed you for a long time. Love what you do. And we sort of got to know each other when everything was going on. Angela, who manages to get everyone on the face of the earth together.
Yes.
I started following you during the effort for Bakers Against Racism.
Mm-hmm.
And that was.
Yeah. And I did that with Angela Rakes and Tony's Table as well. And that was just it was just amazing to be part of something like that with just other like-minded people, you know.
And the amount of money, people laughed because they said, oh, you're having a bake sale. Yeah, that's gonna $2 million.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. I think that with the three of us, we raised about a little short of $3,000, about $2,800.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was wonderful. Wonderful. So I'm glad to have you here. We're going to talk about your life.
Okay.
We're going to talk about your journey. We're going to talk about food, and we starting in Philly.
You question away. I'm keeping my eye on the clock because I think I got about half an hour. So
no worries at all. No, I'll take whatever time from you I can get. So tell me, I know that you grew up in Philly or right outside Reading, Pennsylvania. Tell me
Philadelphia and then suburban.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. You know, Philly, inner city Philly, and then also up into near Reading, Pennsylvania, very, very sort of old school area.
Right. And tell me like your neighborhood. Tell me what it was like growing up in your neighborhood.
It was not exactly the, you know, it row houses, you know, you envision what row houses look like and stuff like that. And actually, you know what? I'm going to see if I can go next door and do the same thing. You walk with me, you get to see the whole fabulous news area, and woo, right? But this way, I can take the mask down because I feel bad that makes a little distracting. But
it's okay.
Here we go. Here's a desk. So yeah, row houses. You know, very ethnic. People don't know that Pennsylvania, for whatever reason, really divides itself up into ethnicities. You know, there was the Polish neighborhood, the Irish neighborhood, the Italian neighborhood, and then, you know, even separate schools back then, you know, because it was all Catholic schools. So there was the Irish Catholic school and the Italian Catholic school, and it was funny. But yep, so that's what the neighborhood was like. And you know, the 70s when I was growing up in those areas, they're seeing a renaissance now, but it was gritty. Let's say that.
Yeah. And you said that you were with your mom and you had two other siblings, right? So it was the three of you and your mom. And she was, you know, she was doing what she had to do to raise.
Well, you know, I adore my mom and we get along great now. But I realized that she had 3 kids real close together. And I think she suffered from postpartum, which people didn't even know about then, pretty much through my whole young life. You know what I mean? And, you know, people who are struggling with depression often struggle with doing things for their family. You know what I mean? You know, God love her. She kept a roof over our head. But,
Mhm.
you know, as you know, I lost both of my grandmothers when I was very young, and
Right.
they were the food people.
Mhm.
They were the ones I can remember making food.
Mhm.
And, you know, so the childhood part was a lot of us being sort of on our own,
Mhm.
a lot of the food that it was easy to get. You know what I mean? Stuff from the corner store, you
Yeah.
know, salty, sweet, you know, snacks and pastries and things that, you know, we all now know. Maybe folks didn't know as much about nutrition in the 70s.
Mhm.
That it's not good. It doesn't feed a child's soul or their mind, which
Right.
is one of the reasons why I am such a big fan of school breakfasts and lunches,
Mhm.
and that no child should ever have to pay for one. You shouldn't even be a question.
Right.
You
Right.
know, we do so much in this country. Lord, can we spend the, what does it, a fresh, there's Dale Swan, who's one of my Instagram follows.
Mhm.
It's a
Mhm.
chef in a, I believe it's a, yeah, it's a charter school in DC
Mhm.
where he's making fresh, delicious food for children,
Wow.
you know,
Wow.
from scratch. It's amazing.
And
And
it's so possible because schools still have kitchens pretty much. Like they have full-fledged kitchens that aren't being used yet. You see the trucks coming usually in the morning or whenever, just bringing in things that are already prepackaged and whatnot. And it just, I don't understand it to this day. I mean, granted, I remember back when I was school, you had the cafeteria. We called them the cafeteria ladies, right? They would scoop your food and
my
whatnot.
son loved them.
Yeah, like sometimes you wanted the food and sometimes you didn't. But but there's something in just having a meal that's prepared, and children need that, especially when you have so many kids coming from all different sections of